Survey. Should we take a survey? Survey says no.
Survey says
Buster Posey owns the Giants.
Survey says welcome back to Watch Your Lips, Jeff.
Jake.
Kevin.
Hello, guys.
Episode 31.
The Greg Maddox episode.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I like it.
Was that his number?
He wore, I think with the Braves, he wore. 31.
Yeah, he wore 31.
Or
Yeah.
was that the speed of his fastball?
No, don't do that.
Why? He threw slow, but he was
the
dominant.
doctor, man.
Yeah.
He's a professor. All right, episode 31.
You ready, Jake? You look like you want to end.
Where can they follow us, Kevin?
At watchyour _.
Got him.
It's so awkward.
At watch_your_lips on Twitter and Instagram.
And
if you're listening, you can find this video up on YouTube. Hit subscribe.
And if you're watching, hit subscribe. I wish I could make it. You know, I have
You probably can.
I don't know. I've never tried it. But hit subscribe.
You should get some diamonds in your teeth.
We're also on TickTock, Jeff.
At Watch Your Lips.
Burns, that troubles you.
It doesn't trouble me. We can be on it.
Are we lying?
No, TikTok troubles me, but
That's what he's
us
saying,
being
man.
on it, it doesn't trouble me.
Elaborate, Burns.
Why does TikTok bother you?
Because I think it's a very invasive app that is run by a foreign government that we probably don't want to trust. And I think that they're stealing all of the Americans' data or all of their information.
Mm-hmm.
I know the counter argument is going to be that the United States does the same thing, which I think that at least we can have a voice about it. With the Chinese government,
We can't have a voice?
well, what are you going to do?
Well, let me ask you this. What if you uninstall the app? What do you think happens?
Well, I think it's already embedded in your system, in the operating system.
You think they've already got you?
Yeah.
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 So you're saying I'm
You're right
infected.
on the counter argument.
I'm
Yeah,
infected.
I know.
We're infected. Is what
Our own
Well,
government
so the
tracks
big-
everything we do.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of that. That's why I try to stay away from all of that stuff as best I can.
Our
But
own
we're all-
government has TikTok accounts
which is ridiculous.
because you get COVID vaccine advertisements.
Which is another
why is
tracking device.
Why
But
is TikTok
whatever.
so different in China versus here? And
I don't
that's-
know. I've never been to China.
Yeah, have you been
But you've
to
never seen it. You've never read about it. You've
I
never
haven't.
Okay.
Okay, well,
So in China, TikTok is promoting their government. Everything is very toe the line. You have to be off of it at a certain time. What's TikTok like in America?
24. It's Vegas.
yeah, it
always
is.
open.
And
Vegas.
after every third or fourth video or clip, reel, whatever, what pops up?
Some chicks, big old titties.
Exactly. It's
What
like
do
the
you mean what
Chinese.
pops up?
That's well, that and
I've
it's what
never-
pops up on your lap.
I've never seen a pop-up like that.
You
The
never.
Chinese?
Oh.
Huh?
Huh?
You said the Chinese pop-up?
No,
a-
I didn't. I did not
What
say
pops
you
up?
said-
I don't understand.
That's what you're talking about. That
What? Say it.
a chick
Oh, it's just.
Oh.
with big old boobies, like you said, right? They're trying to dumb us down. I truly believe.
But
that
isn't that
TikTok?
our fault? It's not
well, yeah,
their fault.
yes, it's our fault for.
So don't blame the Chinese government.
Well, there's a lot to blame there, but maybe TikTok isn't it.
Dude,
but
okay.
you're making the choice to actively go out and seek TikTok, right?
Correct.
So, yeah, the problem is you and everybody else that's on TikTok.
No, you know what? What about all the American-based apps?
How do you know when
Facebook,
you don't buy this
Instagram,
thing?
Meta, all that stuff? Okay, we've talked about this before in the past. The algorithms, you could be on your desktop and your cell phone sitting on your desk, and you search. For me, the Miami Dolphins, or I'm going to buy some attire, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it on my work computer, or I'm doing it on a laptop. And then all of a sudden I get on Facebook and I scroll through, and the ads I see are Fanatics and
Everything you were just looking to
Miami
buy.
Dolphins base, which
Right.
the two are not connected in any way whatsoever.
Well, they are through your usernames or whatever it is,
It
right?
could just be the internet.
Or the IP address, whatever. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So what
Do
I'm
you
saying
have an
is,
iPhone?
So what I do when I download apps is I try to like
Do you have?
get exclusions to all that stuff, like the
And-
tracking, all of that. I always turn it off. The location, some apps you have to do it, but I try to do it only when you're using the app. I try to stay away from all of
do
it.
you get any push notifications at all
No.
at any time?
No,
No, I turned that off too, just because it's annoying.
I turn all.
You
that
do
off.
have an iPhone though,
Yes.
so where is that thing made?
Yeah, in China.
It comes with a number. It's all coded. It's all sold with nothing on it. It's identified already.
Other than when you put your name to it and they give you a phone number, it's linked to that IP address forever, and they have all your information.
Yes, but it's not as invasive as this app. These apps are becoming. Like if
Okay,
you
well,
if you
I mean,
just
that
read
might be
through,
fair, for
if you
sure.
read through like what you're opting into when you download these apps,
But what are you
a
concerned
lot.
about them getting?
just anything in general, being able to track us. Like why are you comfortable with a foreign government or our own government tracking you?
Because they could be tracking me regardless, and I wouldn't know it, and I can't do anything about it.
But this is something that you do know about and you can do something about it. So you're just saying, oh well, whatever. They're probably
Okay, but
tracking
if
me
I
no matter
well,
what.
it's like
So you don't
it's like-
condone his app behavior.
no.
I don't.
Well, it's like being. Listen, I'm a fat person, right? So I like eating food.
So do you
I make-
Google food?
Those are bad choices as well, right? But I enjoy it, just like I enjoy
Yeah, exactly.
that every other scroll. And holy shit, look what I see! It's I can't stop it, Burns.
That's fair. That's fine.
Look,
I
firmly
will not
believe-
have TikTok on my phone. That's the one app. Like maybe I'm crazy, maybe whatever.
I don't think
will
you're
not,
crazy at
I
all.
will not have that app on my phone.
I firmly believe that any app that you download has some kind of tracking device.
I agree, but
No matter what it
what's
is.
the origin of it? Where are they tracking it? Why are they tracking it? And
But who are they
how
selling the
going
data to?
use
But
it?
your problem is they're tracking it. Period. Not where they're doing it from, or if it's
Yeah, that's the problem.
whether it's the states or a foreign government. It's bad either way, right?
Absolutely, but I think yes,
Okay,
So go
you-
get a flip phone and
that's not a bad idea.
call it a day.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
not a bad idea.
My
You're
dad
just-
still
You
he was-
bastards
gonna
made
burn
me
her.
download Instagram. Okay, now I'm,
Well,
I'm
wait a
part
second.
of
Now
I'm
I
part of the
didn't-
machine.
I didn't
You
physically
forced me. You
make you do anything.
Yes, you did, Jacob.
I asked you to.
You held me down and said you will down. You put the phone in my face, so it got my ID, and did it.
Look, I get on TikTok for the hilarious reels.
No, I agree.
And my
they're
favorite
funny.
one right now is the guy that has the fake dog. Yeah, I know you've seen this.
I haven't seen it.
So this guy's got a fake dog, right? And he's walking around and he's like,
Oh yeah.
The
On the,
people
on the
in-
sidewalk. Yeah, I have seen that one.
and that one. And then the guy that goes into like the Walmarts and the Targets and he's like, hey, hand me those pants, boy. And they just look at him and they're like,
I don't think I've
who
seen
the
that
fuck
one.
you talking to?
I don't think
There ain't
I've-
no boy around here. He's like, yeah, give me those pants, boy.
just gets people all pissed off,
They
yeah.
get fired up. It's hilarious.
Yeah, those reels are freaking funny. Like on YouTube,
So
I'll
enjoy
get
it,
addicted
Burns.
to it.
Partake. Partake. Their Tesla can be tracked. It can be locked.
You keep saying this. What did you read?
I just
to
saw
make it
videos of a guy. He's locked out of his Tesla. He can't
Well,
get in.
maybe he didn't make his car payment, and that's a good thing.
No,
Then
something
lock it out.
malfunctioned with the battery,
Okay.
and he's locked out now.
Do you think that Tesla's going to fix that for him?
It was like 2 weeks, and they hadn't fixed it.
They will.
So
But I've never been locked out. My car is
2
good.
weeks locked out of your car. That'd be, that
would
wouldn't
suck.
be fun.
Yeah, that would suck. But
It'd be like,
it's like you
they
guys
can
are
still track it.
You're talking about one person.
OnStar can track you. Your
One person.
vehicle.
One person.
everything can
Getting
track
locked.
you.
I'm just going to start following you around, Burns. I'm going to track you.
If you have one of these,
That's what it's like.
being tracked.
You're being tracked digitally as if somebody's following you around.
what
Do
are
you
they
like
going to
that?
do?
Who knows?
But you can get like a VPN,
like,
right?
So you think you're safe, and we're not?
No, I
because
don't
you
think I'm
have
safe.
TickTock.
Like I'm
Is that
sitting
right?
next to you guys. Like the phones
They're
could be
picking up the
communicating.
airwaves right now.
Yeah,
Burns.
exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
That's number one. Number two, I have stupid apps on my phone.
Yeah, then you're done.
Yeah,
Yeah, Chinese
it's
got
stupid.
you.
Yeah,
They got you.
that's for the people. I got the Instagram for the people.
I guarantee you,
I don't.
at the end of this episode, that we will have a download from China. Do you want to bet me?
I hope so.
I will bet you right now, because when we mentioned Russia,
We had downloads.
we got a
from
download from Russia.
Did we really?
Russia.
Would you? So I thought of this when we briefly discussed this before. Would you rather the Russian government be tracking you or the Chinese government?
They're both tracking, dude.
I don't care.
But
The
which
U.S.
would you
government.
prefer?
Hey, you're getting infiltrated by your own people right now.
Yes, I
Like,
know.
dude, so
and
if
there's
they're
been a
selling
big
the
reckoning
data, dude.
about that.
They're
like
selling
Edward
our
Snowden
data.
came out and wrecked all of that, right?
I understand, but what I'm saying is it's corrupt within where we're at anyway.
Yes, I know.
So all of it's corrupt. If you have one of these, you're getting tracked.
So what you're saying is that live golf is good versus
No, what he's
TJJ.
saying is you can follow us on TikTok
Yeah,
because we're on
And
TikTok.
watch your lips.
Enjoy it,
no
Burns.
underscores.
Well, boys, we went to
MLB
the
Picks.
Coliseum.
MLB
no,
Pick'ems.
we're gonna go. We're gonna wait on that. We went to the Coliseum
Yes, we did.
to watch the Fresno State Bulldogs take on the Trojans.
Yeah, we did.
And
It was fun. I had a good time.
I
did too.
We had a great time.
Yeah.
It was a loss, but it was still fun.
But it was a win for Watch Your Lips.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It was a win for us.
Yeah.
Hayner goes out. Evan Williams goes out. The refs needed to go out. I mean,
So did you watch that first drive, that first touchdown with the pass interference call?
I went back and watched the first half of the game, and it was like, I mean, yeah, everybody's saying, oh, the refs were awful and this and that. Sure, they were. They weren't great, but we couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
I mean, they had what, 5 fourth down conversions and 7 or 8 third down conversions.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
So did really well on first and second down and did awful on third and fourth down.
Well, they were all manageable. Like, you know, that one at that first one that they scored a touchdown on, I didn't really think it was PI. That was a third down. Then maybe they kick a field goal there.
Right.
Um,
But on the bright side, Fife looked good.
he did.
He came
Yeah,
in
he
and did
did.
really well.
Yeah.
Mims ran the ball well. I think we're
And we're not
going
going
to be fine.
That was a big team.
Yeah.
They were big.
They were good. I mean,
Yeah.
they were better than I anticipated.
I saw somewhere
Are they
somebody
for
was
real?
talking bad about their offensive line. I think it was, or maybe defense, one of the lines, and saying
Well,
they
we
didn't
did run
perform
on them
that-
pretty well.
Maybe that's what it was.
Are they for real
Their
though?
defensive line.
Their offense is pretty good.
Yeah,
we didn't get to the quarterback.
No, not
I kept
once.
telling you
No,
that.
I
Like
know.
this
Yeah.
guy's jersey's clean. It was the
Yep.
second half.
Yep.
But do I think they're for real? I don't think their defense is good enough to get them to the playoff.
Yeah, they're one bad
No,
drive
I
away from
agree.
being 2-1, and that one bad drive falls on the defense, right, against Oregon State.
I'm talking about
Oh, you're
USC.
Oh, USC.
You're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about
One or
you.
two.
You're asking
Yeah,
USC.
I'm asking about USC.
Yeah,
Are they
I
for
don't.
real?
I think they got a great test this weekend at Oregon State.
I just we should.
I think it'll be their-
Oregon State.
I think it'll be
we
their
let 'em back
toughest
in the
game.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, probably until the Pac-10 championship or Pac-12 championship when they play Oregon.
We'll see. They're going on the road to a loud environment. Although that half that stadium is closed still, right? They were working on it.
I think it is. Yeah,
So we'll see how that may help them a
but
little
we
bit.
had a great time.
It was a
That
blast.
place is enormous.
It is.
Yeah.
enormous.
I talked
That's
about on
my
Hit or
third
Die.
time there. It's
That was my first. I couldn't believe how big it was.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Weather was good. People were good.
Great Uber driver.
Fantastic.
Mallory?
Mallory was awesome.
Very good.
Mallory was able to get into a location where all of the streets were blocked off. And we had already walked probably
A mile
at
and a
least a
half.
mile.
I was ready to call search and rescue.
And thank God she found us.
What time did we actually walk out of the stadium versus when we got back to the hotel?
It was like 10:30 when we walked out.
And we got back to the hotel
about
like
11.
12.
No, it had to be after.
No, it was
10:30.
It was like it was before 11. It was between
Well,
10:30 and 11.
We got back to the hotel 12.
No,
Yeah, we hit the taco
was,
trucks at
It was a little, little
12
before midnight.
12:30.
Well, when we were trying to get into Yard House and our buddy over here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, Jeffrey, tell us about Yard House trying to get into
Well, you brought it up. You got to tell us about it.
So
Jeff, you want me to do it?
go for it. Do it.
Jeff, we go to Yard House. It's across the street from our hotel.
We're starving. It's
It's
12:30.
midnight, yeah. It's pretty crowded there. But
Very.
open tables outside, right? So we go try to see what the wait is. They tell Jeff, what did they say, 45 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
So we walk in. They said you can go to the bar. And Jeff sees not an empty table, but a table that's not occupied, but full of food from the people there before us. So there's plates of food and drinks, and Jeff's like, just sit down. So we sit down at this table. I had to go pee. And but basically what Jeff tried to
Jake
do.
hid is what happened.
Yeah, Jake hit.
So Jeff sits down and he's like, it's gonna work. Watch this. He grabs a server and tells her, hey, we got seated, but they didn't clean up the table. And Jeff,
With no menus.
with no menus, we had no menus.
No, there was one laying
there
on the
one?
table. That was my saving grace right there.
So after I come back from urinating and hiding, Kevin's about to walk out already. And he's just laughing. He's like, this guy. Jeff's literally arguing his case.
To like 7 different employees of Yard House.
knowing
And
that
would
nobody
not
sat
stop.
us there.
Yeah, they're like, it's against our policy. We do not sit people at dirty tables, and we don't really. We bring the menus,
Yeah.
and all the tables are sanitized before you sit down.
Did you give him
And
a?
I'm like, all of them, but this one.
You didn't do this one.
Yeah. And she's like, no, I don't think you actually waited in line. And I'm like, look at my wristband. Yeah, I did. And I almost had her. Like, she believed me.
We had
But,
wristbands on.
but then
Yeah.
she's like, okay, I'll tell you what. Show me the text message that you received when
Oh, that's right.
when it came up. And I'm like, my buddy's got it. And, he's been hiding in the bathroom for like 10 minutes. He was in the corner next to where it was.
No,
where
I
we were
went to
checking
that.
in.
I went
Oh,
to
I
the-
know you did.
But then you
at
never
that
Oh, when
time,
I came back
you
out,
were on
yeah.
your phone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And then you walk up and you're like, hey. And she's like, oh, is this your buddy? Does he have the text message? I'm like, no, it's not him. It's the other guy. I can't find him. And then she's like, well, when you find him, you can stay here. And I'm like, you know what? We're out.
Did you
This is
did you
ridiculous.
leave them with the parting gift of
This is
you just lost my business tonight?
Yeah, I just said, this is ridiculous. We already waited in this line for 45 minutes. I'm not waiting again.
Yeah.
You gave me my wristband.
Yeah.
I can't
No.
find the text message.
You had every right
Yeah,
in your mind.
but I lost. I lost the
Well,
battle.
I wouldn't
but
say
I have
you
not
lost.
lost the war.
You did
if
not
we go back.
lose. You had 6 employees coming
Yeah.
over and discussing this with you.
Yeah,
You
that's-
wasted some valuable time.
Yeah.
I
And
did.
nobody yelled. You didn't get kicked out. I mean,
We just
it was
walked out.
Self-ejection. And then
Taco truck.
we run into a buddy.
Yeah. So it worked
It was
out.
perfect.
Yeah, let's shout out Caleb Bravo.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, it worked out.
For those of you that have been listening from the beginning, he was on that junior Olympic team that Jake and I
Oh, that's right. We did talk
talked
that.
about.
Yeah.
Caleb Bravo.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good to see you, buddy. If you're listening, that was
Yeah, it
that
was
was
awesome.
awesome to see you.
Yeah.
Jake, you wanted to talk about the MLB.
I just wanted to bring up that we don't have to sit through pick'ems anymore. The MLB pick'ems. We don't have to do it anymore. It's over.
Hey, not bad. Who won? Who won, Jeff?
I got it done this week.
Jeff, who won?
So, and I did a handicapped as well, down a player.
Yeah. Impressive.
Suarez hit the DL. But it was a valiant effort from Jeff and his his squad.
Does he gets a participation trophy?
Give him some- Some knuckles. Thanks for the game.
Yeah.
How many
Excellent.
weeks has Altuve only put up 6 points?
Is that all he put up?
Yeah, not very many.
He got hot, but he just ran out of days. Those last 2 to 3 days were great, but his first 3 were 0. So what happened is the next day we picked guys. The next day we starts, they were off, and then the following day he didn't play.
Oh,
so he only.
See how he's
So yeah, in other words, it's your boy Jake gets the dub.
well, congratulations, Jake.
We'll move it on to next season, and but there is a lot of stuff going on in baseball.
It would have
Keep it
been nice
on,
to pop
on.
some champagne for that.
give you a head
Just
tilt.
saying.
You know, well done,
Thanks, appreciate it.
well done. You can't win them all. You can
can't.
win most,
Yeah.
but not all.
I mean, that was a pretty good run there. I mean, it was 7 in a
No,
row.
Jake, you
No, you came back, yeah.
With the 1 week there, that was a
yeah,
compromise.
I went with all my firepower early.
You
man.
did.
Yeah,
And
You did.
it backfired.
it did.
So in the kicker competition,
I think you're going to do the same thing. I think you're both going to do that.
I don't know.
You guys are going to go heavy early, and then the end of the year, you're going to run out of dudes, and I'm going to come swoop in and steal all the points.
The thing is, Jake, I think you're wrong.
Hey, how do you think? Well, the playoffs are going to be coming up in a couple weeks for Major League Baseball. Any predictions? I mean, I know we gave our way early predictions. Honestly, Jake, we did pretty well.
Did we? I don't remember.
We did very well. We have a lot of teams that we picked early that
are going to win?
well,
Elaborate.
that are in the
Which
playoffs.
ones? Like who?
The Mets, the Braves, the Phillies, the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
I can say it now. I'm past it. It's football
It's over.
season.
Yeah.
I don't care
And the
anymore.
Giants are 33 games.
10 and a half, dude. Maybe 11 and a half.
Did you pick
now.
Giants too?
out
did.
of
I did. And then the Rays, the Yankees,
Astros?
the Blue Jays, the Astros.
Yeah.
You picked the Mariners.
I did. And I
Um,
think I picked Milwaukee.
I picked the Twins, and they completely tanked at the end of the year, but they were holding the lead for a long time.
They're out of it now?
Yeah, they're out. So, early playoff predictions.
I mean, do you want? What do you want?
Give me your World Series. Let's just go straight there.
It's hard to
You
see.
can pick the Astros.
It's
for
hard to
instance.
see the Mets not getting there for me. And as much as I am a Braves fan,
The pitching's just too
well,
dominant.
I mean, if depending on who wins that division, who holds up home field, those first 2 arms at home, that's tough. But I gotta go.
So you're saying Los Dodgers
Yep.
I don't
are
know.
not making the
No.
World Series, Jake,
No, I don't think so.
I think they are.
against the Astros? Oh, trash banging contest again?
It's either, I mean, that's a
Trash
little,
can
that's a
banging
little-
contest.
that's a little aggressive tonight, Jeffrey.
So do you think the Astros are going to get there?
Maybe. They have to get through the Yankees.
They can pitch.
Like, I'm real. Yeah.
They can pitch as well.
I think they will get through the Yankees, but I think it's between the two of them.
I wouldn't be surprised to see another Astros, Braves, Yankees, maybe even a Subway Series. I just don't see the Dodgers doing it. In a 7-game series, it more often than not, Dave Roberts abuses that bullpen to where there's nothing left for 6 and 7. That's just my opinion. Can you rely on Kershaw to go deep? They're good, man. They have the best record in baseball.
Yeah, but the Mets aren't far behind them.
No.
They're like 7 games
I think Braves have a little,
on win total.
momentum, some experience, defending, bullpen's pretty good. I think it's going to be fun regardless.
I still like
both
I
sides.
still like Toronto.
I don't like their starting
we
pitching.
said Braves and Toronto. I don't either, but
For the
I like
World
their
Series.
bats. Yeah, and the Mets.
What happens? Well, no, that was St. Louis though, because there was guys unvaccinated. That if you got to go play Toronto in a World Series,
Yeah, what happens?
I don't know. What do you do? Do you go do it? You bite the bullet for your
Are
team?
they forced to play at a neutral site?
No.
That's what I mean. That's crazy though. Like for a personal choice, now you can't go and play in the World Series.
And you're not going to be around. Well, I guess you will on the off or the at nighttime, but be around the citizens of Canada. Is that what they're worried about? They're going to infect them with the COVID.
I don't know.
On the field, they'll probably infect them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, not at all. And at this point, wasn't the pandemic declared like over recently by our government? I think
so.
It was. Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, hospitals now you don't have to show proof of vaccination to get in, and that's very recent. So
it may have been Joe
possible.
Biden that said it. So I don't know that he even knows what he's talking about.
I don't think Toronto's going to get there either. So
Yankees.
I like the Yankees a lot.
I like the Astros too, man. But
yeah, it's a toss-up. I'll take the Dodgers and the Astros.
And for some reason, the Rays always find a way to.
Well, the Braves
still some wins.
But what about the Bulldog, the Fresno State Bulldog?
Yeah, that's the big
now
news.
New York Yankee.
Yeah, that's the big news that we're dealing with. It's incredible. It's history. It doesn't feel. I was telling Chad we did Hit or Die yesterday. It came out today, but we talked about it a lot, and it doesn't feel like 1998. And again, you go back then, all you had was getting home from school and ESPN. You didn't have your phone, your apps, your social media.
Yeah, but you had two guys racing for.
Yeah,
that's true. But I mean, there is
different.
headlines, right? Because you got Pujols chasing 700 too. That's
but I mean,
we always want the head to head again.
No, I mean they were dueling out each other. I get that. I totally get that.
But then when Bonds was going for it, he wasn't really dueling with anybody.
He just slaughtered the field.
Yeah. Which I feel like Aaron Judge is doing the same thing at this point in time, right?
He's
like
probably going to win the Triple Crown, dude.
Yeah, he's at what, 316 batting average?
Yeah, and then they're saying that he's not 100% going to get the MVP.
People are arguing that again. Again, another topic on Hit or Die. It's already being thrown out there like, oh, is Ohtani? He's the defending MVP, or he was the MVP last year.
I think a guy like Aaron Judge is an MVP for his team. He's a leader. He's everything that embodies what an MVP should be. He's amazing on the field. He's an amazing teammate. He's an amazing leader.
I mean, Ohtani, I'm sure, is all of those things as well.
Yeah, but he's of what?
Average pitching,
third place.
Yeah, a team that's
AL West team.
Like you're in New York, you're leading one of the most talked about teams in the country.
If you haven't listened to Hit or Die, go listen to it because it's a breakdown pretty much the differences between the two.
Well, I won't even go that far. I'll just say if Ohtani somehow gets this award, it's completely political.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
It's not based, and then it goes back to Hall of Fame votes and everything else. It's not what you do on the field, because you can't deny Aaron Judge as the MVP. You win the Triple Crown.
Yeah, that's the MVP.
You win the MVP.
When was the last time somebody won the Triple Crown?
Miguel Cabrera.
In Detroit.
Yeah, what was that?
Something?
No, it was probably like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
12 maybe.
Okay.
Before that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an argument personally.
No, and I don't
and
think
that's not a homer pick. I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree. Listen, Ohtani actually going through his numbers, like his win-loss record was not as good. Last year he was 9-2. This year he's 13-8, 12-8. But sub 3 ERA. His K per 9 is, I think, the best in baseball. But one of my arguments too is that division, right? The AL West. Are we talking apples to apples? And I brought up, out of the 8 pitchers in the American League, 4 of them are in the AL West.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and Verlander was great. I don't want to take anything from him or Valdez. They pitched really well, but that division sucks.
It's awful.
The worst team in the AL East, the Red Sox, has a better record than the third place team, AL West Angels. The Rockies, last in the NL West, have a better record than the third place Angels. I mean, other than the NL Central, the AL West is one of the worst divisions. Do you argue that
the Mariners and the Astros go to the playoffs?
What do you mean?
Both of them?
Yeah.
The Astros, I think Seattle's got to get in the wild card. So
they're going to get in.
Clinched.
Did they?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Seattle. I'm talking about Seattle.
Yeah,
Seattle's
they have to go wild card.
They have to get into the wild card.
And they will. they've got a pretty good lead right now. So the argument to that is that
2 out of 4.
yeah, 2 out of 4 teams come out of that division.
Yeah.
But honestly,
But the same could be out of the NL Central with Milwaukee and San. They have 3 teams.
no, I know that, but I'm just
2
saying
with
that's
less
the
than
argument
60
of,
wins.
like, you've got 2 playoff teams you're contending against in league.
Yeah, but the Mariners are like 15 back. It's not like it's a tight race. In the American League East is the only division in baseball without a team eliminated from playoff contention. Every division,
Boston has got to be
not mathematically, they are not eliminated yet. So every other division has at least one. The Central and the AL West have 3. And we have 2 weeks left of baseball.
well MVP for Judge.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
there's
I
an
agree.
argument there. I just think people are going to say, "Oh, he does both." And so, Chad and I talking on the podcast today, we're like, "Well, if he's the MVP, then he should win the Cy Young, right?" If we're saying, "Well, he also pitched," well, then he should win both. Well, no, he didn't pitch that well to win the Cy Young. Well, then how the fuck is he the MVP then? If he's that valuable, right? I mean, he's incredible. It always sounds like you're shitting on the guy.
No,
We're talking about, is he the MVP or not whether or not he's good.
Yeah.
We all know he's good. He's one of the best players in baseball.
okay, but that's not a reason why just because you can play on both sides of the diamond
Yes.
that you're an MVP.
I'm with you. This is the pushback. I'm just saying the pushback we got last year was that.
I get that, but I mean, look at him offensively against Judge.
He's like 50 points.
Right? It's not even close.
No.
It's not even close.
No.
So, and then look at him against all the pitchers in the AL
Yeah, he
and
was
the
like,
NL for that matter.
I think he was like 22nd in innings pitched. He might clear 200 strikeouts, I think, but
So basically, if you're a little bit above average hitting and fielding or whatever, and you're a little bit above average pitching, you should win the MVP.
if you're doing both, that's what people seem to think.
That doesn't.
And I'm
make
just saying,
sense.
if he does win it again over Judge, there's no point in as long as he's around,
Yeah,
he's going to win the MVP
Every year?
regardless. Yeah, I mean,
Every year.
I think if Judge doesn't win the MVP, you're going to see people just turn their back to baseball. The core fan,
I might be one of them,
like
honestly.
the
Yeah,
true
I'm
people that are
close
like, no,
already.
man, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not that it's not that he's not good. It's Judge is. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's the
he's
tops
having
in
a
every category.
historical
Who
year.
cares? You can't deny the numbers. You
It's a
can't.
historical year.
They're undeniable, man.
Well, and you got to look at defense too. I think defense is valuable. He's
Yes.
over 1,000 innings on defense. Judges, he's not committed an error in like 300 opportunities, 300 chances, no errors.
Yeah.
Like, does that not matter? Does a guy that play every day basically not? It doesn't matter. I don't know.
Hands down.
Yeah.
And then I was telling Roth, we don't even bring up Yordan Alvarez, who's also had a great season.
Right.
We're not even talking about him. I think he's second in the league in hitting. So we'll see what they do. This is the shitty part, is that the writers are the ones that vote on
That's
this.
what I'm saying. If it's a political vote, dude, I'm done.
So, and
Yeah.
I really am.
To
I'm not,
me,
I'm done.
I mean, I'm already
I'll
foot
watch
out
the
the
playoffs,
door.
and that's it.
Yeah, playoffs.
well, right now, is anybody tuning? Who are they watching? Who are they leaving games? If the Angels were playing right now and Judge came to bat, are they going to stay on that Angels game?
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're going to cut to Judge's at bat.
Oh, I thought you were saying
Yeah,
if
no.
they were playing at the
No,
Angels.
I'm saying
Yeah.
if the
I
Angels
thought-
were on
okay.
TV,
Yeah.
and Judge comes up to bat
Yeah.
in New York, they're cutting that from the Angels game.
Absolutely.
No, and even if Otani's pitching, or if Otani's hitting, we're not going to see it. We're going to go
Right.
see Judge.
Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah.
No, I agree.
We'll see. We'll see. It's a little early. It's 2 weeks. I really don't think it's a question. I think this year is a slam dunk. Last year was a pretty good argument with Vlad and Otani. We'll just have to wait and see. But I have seen people already start to like throw that argument out there for Otani. See.
Very talented, but
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the guy. He's a good player.
yeah,
But he's not Aaron Judge this year.
Yeah, I agree. Are you guys ready for some overreaction?
Yeah.
Or not.
yes.
Some
An
NFL.
overreaction.
We don't
Can't
really talk baseball. That kind of
wait.
threw me for a loop right there.
I did that on purpose.
Got me
too.
out. Yeah.
All right.
Getting me worked up.
Bait the
So
ball.
you guys don't need a reminder how this works, right?
No.
How does it work, Jeffrey? Because I
The
know.
Bucks defense is going to have to carry Tom Brady?
I think that's a good reaction, not an overreaction, not under, just a solid assessment.
Ooh.
And kind of, I mean,
I'm going to go overreaction.
the dialogue with that is kind of what you're saying. It's Tom Brady, right? It's 2 games. You played against the Rams and the Cowboys, right? No. Sorry, I'm thinking of somebody else. You played against the Saints and the Cowboys.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
2 of the better defenses in the league. And the argument is like, well, he only threw like 28 passes or 32 passes, where last year he was throwing 50 and 55 and, but it's Tom Brady.
I think
They
it's
had a game plan.
too early for that right now.
I think so too. And I think next week everybody's going to overreact again when they play Green Bay this weekend. And they're without Julio Jones.
Mike Evans.
For some reason. He's hurt.
Big surprise.
Mike Evans. And Godwin is questionable.
Yeah.
So you got Rashard Perryman and Russell Gage.
And Leonard Fournette.
Uncle Lenny's going to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Uncle
I think
Lenny's
it's
gonna
okay
eat
if
this
the
weekend.
defense carries him throughout the year. Like that's okay because
how
Tom
much of
Brady
the,
performs in the playoffs. So
how
if
much
they
of the-
can get him to the playoffs,
Look at 1985 Bears, dude.
Yeah.
How about
I don't
the
think
Bears
there's
when they
anything-
won their last title?
How much of the
old.
home life stuff going out there right now?
I think that's probably affecting.
See, that's an overreaction. I think Tom Brady he can channel that. He can turn it off and on. He's one of the best ever on the biggest stage. So
I agree.
I
Yeah.
think he's fine. They're 2-0. I think it's an overreaction, but I had to.
Well, I
had to see
think
what
the
you
home
guys
life
thought.
stuff.
Wait till they start playing better. Wait till that offense figures it out.
Yeah, that's scary.
They're 2-0 and they haven't figured it out yet.
Exactly. And they played 2 decent teams.
So the defense will carry them until they figure it out.
The Bucs D is good though.
Yeah.
So
Next.
time for the Steelers to bench Mitch Trubisky.
Overreaction.
No, it's not an overreaction.
Not an overreaction.
Overreaction.
Let's give the kid a chance.
You drafted him with the idea that he was going to be your guy. Obviously, you bring in Trubisky, who's got years in the NFL, albeit none of them very successful, and they're 0-2.
Seasoned veteran with an
Wait,
awful
the Bears
career.
are. Not the Bears. I'm
Pittsburgh
sorry.
Steelers are 0-2.
Whoa.
1-1.
Whoa,
They
1-1.
Oh,
They
that's right.
beat
They
the
beat
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That's right. Week
We're
1.
going to have to back all this up.
No,
I think it's an overreaction.
they could have very easily been 0-2.
Give him one more week
One more
against the
week.
Browns on Thursday night,
Yeah.
prime time.
Yeah.
Then watch him just
That's
shit the bed because you know
Yeah.
what, Bernsey? It is time to bench Trubisky because he threw absolutely 0 passes over 20 yards last week. Okay? He talk about, and we'll get into Tua a little bit. Okay, we'll get into that.
We'll get to that overreaction soon. I
But
hope.
he can't throw the ball. And
He never could.
And you've got Deontay
But I think
Johnson,
they-
you've got
both of you
Claypool,
were-
you've got George Pickens.
I feel like both of you at the beginning of the season were like,
Fire me.
he's going to do good.
I think he's serviceable, I think is what I said. And
Yeah.
I've always believed that he's serviceable, but
So give him one more week. Let the rookie get one. See what it's like. And
Do
then-
they go to the rookie?
well, that's what I'm saying. The division's kind of unfolding as it's not very competitive right
No.
now. You got the Ravens,
Yeah.
and you've got a really good Browns running game, and they got nothing after that. And the Bengals are a complete mess. Their pass coverage is awful. Joe Burrow has 0 time to throw. So I think you give Kenny Pickett and his little hands.
What about
An
Mason
opportunity.
Rudolph, though?
No, dude, you keep bringing up
He's
Mason
done.
Rudolph.
He's
Dude.
I'm just
done.
saying he's the
He's going to
backup.
be a Chase Daniel.
They've already come out and
Make
said
millions.
that they want Pickett to sit the entire year. That's what they want.
Well, you can want that, but Mike Tomlin,
He
if
said
you
it.
lose a few games
He's the one
and
that
you
said
see
it.
the kid over there and he's got an angel,
I
they're
was-
going to be like, hey, you're in.
I'm with you. I don't think it's an overreaction.
All right. I don't
But
know.
I also
Wait,
think
you-
Burnsy might be right.
You said it wasn't. Oh, okay. You don't
Holy
think it is.
shit, Burns.
Oh, I'm
All right.
struggling.
The next one is the Cowboys can still contend for a playoff spot.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I know it's early. Cooper Rush, wins.
Winner.
He's not the next Tom Brady. Okay. I think we can safely say that.
Nick
don't you
Foles,
think?
maybe.
I don't even know if he's a Super Bowl champion.
Do you think Dak is the right guy for that job?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had
fine.
one bad half and then he jacked his finger up.
He's had a lot of bad halves in his career.
He's always struggled against the Bucs.
But yeah,
last year though was a much better game. This year they just stuffed him.
Yeah.
So
and it against a good defense.
So if they
Gallup.
can rattle off a few wins in a not so great division as well, because I think the Giants are playing over their head right now.
How about the Eagles?
Well, we'll get to the Eagles because I think they're
legit.
That flock is for real.
Well, I'm saying that's the same division, so
no, they're good.
Yeah,
but I don't think if they can rattle off a few wins and get Dak back, I think they're completely fine. The NFC is weak.
I think they are in contention. Yeah, they're 1-1. I'm not worried about them yet.
I wouldn't have said this last week, but I did write this for Burns. Packers are still the favorites to win the North.
Agree. I agree.
Yeah.
You agree?
Yeah.
Still the Vikings.
Did you see them on Monday night? They looked just as bad as the Packers did in week 1.
I did see them on
Right?
Monday night. Yeah.
So it happens, Burns.
Yeah.
Obviously,
every week anything can happen. Look at what the Packers did the week before. They got smoked by the Vikings.
Yeah,
we'll
that's what I
see.
said.
So
This
I know.
weekend will tell a lot. There's a lot of pretty decent matchups. We'll see.
Yeah.
Jimmy G leads the Niners back to the NFC West Crown.
Overreaction. We don't need to. Burnsy, I answer it for you. No? Okay, go ahead.
No, I agree. I think he could.
I think.
Oh, you agree?
Yeah.
I think the Niners can win the West.
Yeah.
I really do.
I really do.
And I've said that. I said it with Lance.
That's not what you just said.
No, I said it with Lance. I think he can lead them back to the NFC West Crown.
That's not what you asked, though. You said NFC title.
No,
NFC
I said
West Crown.
Jimmy G can lead the Niners back to the NFC West Crown.
We're going to.
That's what he said.
We'll
he
play
did.
it back.
He did say that. That's why I paused.
Okay.
Jake
So
wants
can
to give me
he
that look tonight.
Lead them to the NFC West Crown. Jake,
Yes.
the button's to you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
So
Yeah.
not.
I heard
it's not.
I heard NFC title.
All right. Josh McDaniels just may not be a good head coach.
That's an overreaction. I think that's an overreaction.
Numbers don't lie. So I can't go either way right now, but I'm leaning towards not an overreaction on that one.
Okay.
So
I think it's a little bit of an overreaction, but not by much. I mean, you can't have two completely different game plans from the Raiders in week 1
Yeah.
to the Raiders in week 2.
Agreed.
Like, let's figure out this offense, everybody.
Yeah.
And the Raiders, I think, still will be fine. They should have won that game, but Devontae Adams was like locked in a closet for 3 quarters, and they did nothing with him. So you can't go 17 times to Adams week 1 and then
3
or 4 targets.
He had like 7 targets, 3 catches. I
Yeah.
think it was
Yeah, I mean,
for like 12 yards.
you got a lot of weapons. McDaniels will know how to use them. I think the Raiders are still okay.
But that division is just so stacked.
No, it is. The Broncos head coaching job is
that guy's
awful.
Yeah.
I want to interview the next time it opens up.
Yeah.
I want in.
When he keeps coming out and being like, "Oh, I messed up," like you're a head coach
it's
of the
a learning
NFL.
experience.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the NFL.
Yeah.
You should have had this figured out.
Yeah, if you get
Hey,
to that point,
when they kick the ball, put a guy back there to catch it, huh?
right?
Even if
you know
it's
what?
going to be a touchback.
Here's the thing
just in
on-
case it's not, like we should probably return the kick, don't you think?
Here's my thing on the Broncos. As much as it is the head coach and it falls on the head coach, he is a first-time head coach with 2 games under his belt, and you got a Super Bowl champion quarterback that ain't playing worth a shit.
Yeah, but clock management is what got him in the first one, right? couldn't they have managed the clock better based on the head coach?
You were toe-to-toe with Houston, and you lost to Seattle, who just got dick slapped by the Niners.
Yes, but you lost not by a lot, right? Didn't they miss the field goal? Isn't that the team
It was
that
all
did?
field goals. It was a
But that was what
field
happened
goal
at the end.
fiesta
He should
in
have called the
Denver.
timeout and gone for the fourth down, right? The coach
That's
even
in the
came out
Seattle
and said,
game, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
The one they lost.
Instead of kicking the 65-yard field goal or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Right?
So
All right.
you think Russell Wilson's
Next.
playing well?
No, I don't think so at all. But you're still like one stupid call by the head coach away from being 2-0.
There's
You want to win, Denver? Listen to me.
Williams.
Give Javonte Williams the football.
Give him the rock.
Please.
yeah.
He's an animal.
Yeah.
Use him wisely. Okay? Forget about Melvin Gordon. He's done.
Well, you gotta splash.
He's
him
a
in.
change of pace. He's
Yes.
not
Yeah.
a 3-down back.
Yeah.
Put him in when you have to. Give him a breather and let Juggernaut just step on everybody's throat. Okay? Now, Bengals miss the playoffs.
Not an overreaction.
Yeah, not an overreaction.
If they can't figure out this offensive line,
Yeah.
they're missing the playoffs. Like, he's got to have more time to throw. Carson Wentz finishes as a top 5 fantasy quarterback with the Commanders, who have massive amounts of weapons on offense.
Where's he at right now? Do you know?
He's number 2.
Yeah. I don't think that's an overreaction. I mean, he's always found a way to throw the ball, right? Like he always has 300
He played the
plus.
Lions and the Jaguars.
No, but I'm saying in his career.
not the
last
Jaguars.
I'm
year-
not
played-
ready. I'm not ready to say that yet. Overreaction for me.
I think it's an overreaction, but I've always been a Carson Wentz fan. I do like him. Curtis Samuel, if we can go back and say who's the sleeper this year, Curtis Samuel is the guy. He's going to get 6 to 7 targets every game,
Yeah.
which equates to a 3rd or 4th round draft pick next year. People are not going to forget about Curtis Samuel next year. Tua Tagovailoa.
What about him?
6 touchdowns, 459 yards, 28 unanswered points till the very end. The Dolphins come back and win, but the question is, has Tua silenced the haters?
He silenced me. I didn't.
You
think
were a hater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you.
No,
You're still a hater.
I'm not a hater.
He finds a way to win.
The question was, has Tua silenced the haters?
He did on Sunday.
How about week 1? He got a win.
Oh, he's the number 1 ranked quarterback.
Yeah.
After
no.
2 weeks.
And the deep ball, he's looked like fair to Midland.
Who's been
fair to Midland.
saying that?
Fair to Midland.
Who's been saying that he can throw deep?
Yes, his wide receivers do come back a little for those. A little bit.
I don't know.
They're
the
not
one
in
that
stride.
they absolutely burned the Ravens defense twice. Tyreek Hill was hit in stride and did not stop for a 60-yard touchdown.
I'll have to rewatch it.
Go watch it.
But no, Tua, like
So he hasn't silenced you, huh, Jake?
when
He
you watch
silenced
it,
you.
when you watch him throw, you're like, there's no way this guy's an NFL quarterback, and he gets it done, or is getting it done right now. He silenced me.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
No, not yet.
he's got the Bills this week.
it's going to be a test.
It is going to be a test. Back to my Dolphins. Are they a legitimate contender for the AFC?
I mean, we've covered this already.
No, we haven't.
Like
They're
for
2-0.
the AFC
There's
Championship?
5 2-0 teams, Jake.
I don't
In
think
the
they're-
NFL.
I don't.
They're
think
going to
that
make the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs, but they're not.
Can they
legit
contend for the AFC?
for the championship? AFC
Yes.
championship.
Find out
No.
Sunday, Jeff.
No, they cannot.
You don't think so?
When the Bills
I don't
just
think they're there yet.
have an ass-kicking fiesta.
I think that game's going to be
Here's
a
the
lot
thing.
closer than everybody's expecting.
The Miami
I agree.
defense didn't play well the first half.
No.
And then the offense didn't. I mean, you get 2 picks in that first half. You were crying. You wanted me to change the game on the way home.
No.
From USC, and then we were all loving the comeback. I was right there with you.
Fun.
It was because we couldn't watch it. We had to listen to Jimmy talk
and Joe.
By
Jimmy
far
and
the
Joe.
worst play-by-play broadcast team.
Why was it so bad, Jimmy?
Bro, it was the shits. If you listen to XM or have XM, go put on a Dolphins game.
Or don't.
Just experience.
No, don't. I mean,
Jimmy, they
I'll
should
do
not.
it because
Jimmy.
But you know, how much of it was Baltimore also?
So you guys really don't think they can contend for the AFC?
Not that I don't think that they'll win the AFC championship.
Could they get into that game?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think they could.
So I
Okay,
guess
that's contending
that's
for the
contending.
AFC
Yeah.
championship.
But it's not like a definitive thing for me. I think they'll have trouble with the Bills and Kansas City in the playoffs.
I'm going to remind you guys that I said after week 4, and you guys looked at the schedule and you guys wanted to give me a few more weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That you could
I
give me
think-
shit about the Dolphins.
I think you also said like week 9, didn't he? Not?
Yeah, he said week
No,
5 or 6.
I think by week 9, we're 7-2 or 8-1.
now, but you didn't then.
No, I said if we could get out of this at 4-2 in the
we
first
could.
6 weeks.
But you said if we could. So
You also
weren't
got to.
confident,
You're
which
also
is
assuming
fair.
or hoping that other teams don't figure things out.
It's
But
going to be hard to figure out Tyreek Hill and Jalen
You think the
Waddle.
Miami situation at running back is going to be enough to get him through?
If Mostert can stay healthy, I think they'll be decent. Chase Edmonds, no. He's awful. I'm very disappointed in Chase Edmonds.
It's 2 games in.
I'm still disappointed, Jake. I've seen enough.
Relax.
I've seen enough. I need Raheem Mostert to get the ball more
We will see.
and throw the ball to him
Next.
so he can create space.
Enough
Next.
about the Dolphins.
All right. Is Jared Goff really relevant?
Yeah. Yes.
Not an overreaction?
No, that's he's not relevant.
He's the starting quarterback of an NFL franchise. That's relevant. I would
So
think.
is Baker Mayfield.
He's relevant.
So is Marcus Mariota.
relevant.
Mariota.
Well, how
Mariota
any
now.
starting quarterback in the NFL has to be relevant.
Okay.
So define relevant, yeah, not like the
That's a
actual
pretty
definition.
simple term.
Okay. Is he in the bottom 5 of the NFL as starting quarterbacks?
Right now,
Still.
no, he's not.
No, I know right now he's not, but how is he going to end the season?
Well, then, and when this end of the season comes, do this again, and we'll be able to
do it
answer
every.
it.
We'll do it every week, Jake, and I'll have Jared
As
Goff.
of week 2, no, he's not, because he's playing better than Baker. He's playing better than a lot of guys.
Baker's playing like the worst quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah. Jared,
Joe
I like
Flacco.
Jared Goff. I do.
I also think that,
Joe Flacco.
Detroit has some good players that are helping
St.
him out.
Brown is unreal.
We've talked about this already.
I know we did. And you said if the Lions are an underdog in the NFL, then everybody's an underdog.
That was just to give you shit.
No.
Yeah, it's
No.
fun.
And I think you said, oh, is that just because you've been watching Hard Knocks?
They're
No.
1-1, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, well, my question, though, is are they really a sleeper? Are the Lions really a sleeper?
No,
is that an
that-
overreaction or is that not an overreaction?
Overreaction. They're not a sleeper. They're irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. They're not going to get it done. They won't make the playoffs, so they're not going to get
scored
it
more
done.
than 30 points in the first 2 weeks.
That's
It's
okay.
a lot of offense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
the way the
Lions
Eagles played
historically
defense
suck.
the other night, you look back at week 1 with Detroit, and it's, that's not a bad. They lost, but they put up a shit ton of points. Obviously, it was at home, but Philly's defense the other night was impressive. Slay,
Philly in general was impressive,
Yeah.
dude.
yeah.
And a lot of people are picking them as the NFC champ. And they're going to play the Bills. I mean, that
It's an overreaction. It's too early to say
is
this.
an overreaction.
It's too early. That's
Jake,
why it's over.
It's fun.
It's why it's
Every
overreaction.
week. We're going to do it every week.
And
until-
that's why Jared Goff, as of week 2, is relevant.
So is Joe Flacco. So if that gives you any indication of Jared
Well,
Goff.
that changes, though, because he's not going to be the starting quarterback in another week or 2.
Yeah, maybe not. I mean, he keeps throwing the ball 60 times.
Although, I mean, if they win, what do? Let's say when Wilson comes back, they went because they've got what, the Bengals this week at home.
Yeah,
that's a winnable game.
that is a winnable
What
game.
if they're 3-1? Well, do you stay with a hot hand?
You would think he would.
If the offense is moving the ball and there's some chemistry and there's rhythm, do you fuck all that up?
I'll tell you this. Ask any Jet fan if you're 2-1 to start the season.
I don't know
if
any.
you want to change your quarterback.
I don't know any
You
Jets
don't.
fans.
You want to use Joe Flacco. If they're going to throw the ball 55 to 60 times, here's the good thing about the Jets. For those of you that have fantasy guys on the Jets, don't give up on Elijah Moore. He's going to get his. And Garrett Wilson's the real deal. Like, he really is. That's not an overreaction at all, because this was just he's just scratching the surface of what he did week 2. He's going to be really good. The Jets, however, are not a contender for anything.
I agree with that. I'm just my comment was regarding the quarterback situation. If the Jets can find a way to win the next 2 weeks,
I would play Flacco until he makes a mistake. Put him out there, and once he makes a mistake, fine. Let's put Wilson back in.
When does he come back from his
I think
injury?
it was 4 or 5 weeks, wasn't it?
It was like week 4, I think.
Yeah. So he should be back. But
next,
that's it for the overreactions and not an overreaction.
Okay.
Those are good.
What about so we
enjoyed
also do some picks, boys.
Yep.
Jeff, do you have the score from last week?
No,
I think it was 7.
You were keeping that.
So I had 7 because I won Monday night. You won Monday night. Well, that's 5.
Hang on, I got it right here.
And Burnsy,
3 or 4.
3.
All right.
3.
4 or 5.
3.
Jake
I had 6.
got
7.
5 plus 2, 7.
7.
Burns 3. No bonus.
Did you enjoy
And
that?
I have
5.
5. So what's the total score? What did you get the week before?
It's 9 to 8 to 7.
All right. So Jake, you're leading the pack.
So Jake, how many? You had 7, 9.
Burnsy,
You had
we
what?
just handled
I had
this.
8.
You had 5 this
You
week.
went from being in the lead to
That's fine.
now.
It's a long season.
You are leading the kicker pool right now.
Yeah, I know.
26, 23. I think I have 18. Not doing well. So that's where we stand on those right now.
All right. Well, you're going to make your picks.
Week 3.
You won.
I didn't like it. I don't like week 3. Here we go. I'm going Chiefs.
Let me write this down.
Chiefs over the Colts.
Chiefs.
I'm surprised the Colts were not in your overreaction.
They're going to be in the underreaction.
Chiefs over Colts.
Underwhelming.
I'm going to take the Chargers over the Jags. I'm going to go Bills over the Dolphins. Raiders over the Titans. Bears over the Texans. Saints over the Panthers. And my upset pick, I mean, I didn't even know where to go on this. You tell me if this is an upset or not, but I'm going to go Falcons over Seattle in Seattle. 0-2 versus 1-1.
I believe the Falcons are favored.
Are they favored? I don't even know the line.
But you know what?
He'll let you do it.
No,
No,
I'm not.
I'll go look.
Because
I'll
the
go
Falcons
look.
are going to win.
Okay. Let's find a game, Jeff. Dude, there's under favored here.
Green Bay?
Green
Over
Bay
Tampa
over
Bay?
to no. Is Cleveland's favored? Is Cleveland favored
No.
over Pittsburgh?
No.
Son of a bitch. Lions over Vikings.
Okay. All right, Burns.
I'm going to take the Chicago Bears over the Texans, the Chiefs over the Colts, Vikings over Detroit. The Bills over Miami. Bengals over Jets. And the Seahawks over the Falcons. And then my upset is the Cards over the Rams.
Okay, now that's an upset. You guys are figuring this out.
Well, I figured it out from week 1. I've picked very, very...
All right. Where's my picks now? I have the Chiefs.
Those are no-brainers.
I have the Eagles. I have the Falcons. The Saints. The Chargers. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Bills, you can't take
I want
them?
to, but I can't do it. I'm going to take the Bucks. I can't.
Oh, you dirty dog.
I can't take the Bills. And Lions are the upset pick.
So the Chargers is Herbert in or out?
I think they're saying he should
He's
play.
in, and even if he doesn't, I'm still taking the Chargers.
Who's their backup?
Chase. Mika Daniel.
Chase Daniels?
McDaniels. Did you pick that up?
Yes.
Mike McDaniels.
Kickers. Kicker. And Jeff,
Yes,
I'm
it's
lost.
I
Chase
don't
Daniels.
want to talk about the
I'm lost.
Dolphins anymore.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fine. I mean, we don't have
Dolphins.
to talk. We talked about them
We
enough.
did. We-
I mean,
yeah.
thank you for
We
their
showered-
AFC contenders.
We showered Jeff with his Dolphins. It was a hell of a comeback. Tip my cap.
All right, we don't want to talk about them.
It,
but
hey,
it
it
was a
put
hell
me
of a
over in
comeback.
fantasy.
It was
okay?
amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put me over too.
Yeah.
Kickers. Kicker picks.
Ryan Suckup.
Shooter McPherson.
I'm going to go Brandon McManus. The Broncos.
McManus.
Shooter.
Suck up. Shooter. All right, I should be in the lead after this week.
Jeff,
And
you had
kickers?
Yeah,
a heater. I sent you a
I do have a
story.
heater. Well, I read the story, but you did send it to
Both of you.
engulf everything into flames. Arch Manning and the University of Texas, his recruiting trip, along with 8 other recruits, they racked up a $280,000 bill.
One weekend, two days.
For 9 people and their family. That's just, I mean, almost speechless. That's insane. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, when you do the math on 9 kids for $280,000 over 2 days.
It's a hell of a recruiting trip.
Yeah. I'm
a
sure
hell
you
of a-
wanted to be
Yeah.
on that. Here's the thing, though. Texas got 4 of the 9. So,
Well, 3, I think one's under. I think it was 3 total,
I
or
thought-
including yours. Okay,
Arch,
yes,
yeah, including Arch.
right.
But, I mean, what does Bama do?
Oh, I'm sure they do the
What
same
does
thing. And what
Florida
happens
do?
when you don't get the recruits?
They
What does
had-
Michigan do?
Yeah.
What do all these big schools do now? This is the first time that something like this has really been publicized.
I mean,
you know?
they've a lot of it was all found all this info. That's why it was reported on. $20,000, I think, 21
But
plus.
what's the athletic budget at some of these mid majors?
A lot.
What
Like for
there's
for
coaches.
a particular sport.
There's coaches that don't make that much money.
That's kind of where I'm going too.
The report also said, like, annually what guys like Saban, Harbaugh, what these guys make a year.
Brian Kelly.
It's more than some schools at football programs make for the season.
Right.
A coach is making in salary. I think I saw Fresno State last year was like between 6 or like 5 million in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And Saban makes 9. So he can buy the Fresno State football program? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. No, and
They said that. So
want
not
to.
Saban.
in that report,
He would
so
want
they
Saban.
fly. They pay for everybody's flights. They said it was like $46,000 in hotel rooms, 5-star
board.
5-star hotels. The open bar tab was over $20,000 for 9 sets of parents. Because I think they can accommodate 4 per player, 4 people per So
including the player.
yeah. It's insane. It was on Yahoo Sports is where I found the article, but like
I feel like the
they had
parents
something
were
like a $10,000 breakfast
the
on
parents
the field brought in.
maybe they like
That's a lot of sausage.
that's a
You know
whole
what I
lot.
mean?
Well, they were probably showering them in cocaine and hookers.
It
The
very
parents.
very well could be.
I mean, $20,000 and that's a lot.
I mean,
that's over $1,000 in booze.
buy
so the heater
them some
is,
hookers and
like,
some cocaine. That would be very expensive.
I mean,
Just saying.
is this really what we're doing?
I mean, you're concerned about fucking TikTok, but you know the cost of hookers and cocaine?
No, I don't know the cost, but I imagine they're going to get high
What you're
class
saying
cocaine.
is the University of Texas does.
Yeah, and they're probably getting the high class ones, and I would imagine they'd be expensive. Jacob.
I don't know what high class is, Burns. I've never dealt in that type of. I'm not in that arena.
Neither have I, but you can imagine.
Interesting.
I think you're playing naive right now.
I am.
think that you can imagine that it would be expensive, and I think that's what happens.
So you think that's what racked up the 280?
I mean, there's got to be some, or they're handing out money. They're like, here's your
here's my
check.
Well,
thing.
maybe
50.
they did.
So
maybe.
but that's as far fetched as cocaine and hookers.
The heater of the story is
Well, is this really what we were competing against?
as like a Fresno State.
Well,
As a
unfortunately,
mid-major.
we're not. We can't compete
No,
against it.
I get that, but like there's no way.
Yeah, nothing.
It's physically impossible
Yeah.
for us to even.
I mean, what's a
and
scholarship
the
worth
likes
here?
of
Not
Fresno
even
State,
close
like
to
a
that.
Boise State, a Colorado State, Utah State,
Yeah.
anybody in the Mountain West, right? There's no chance.
No, not happening.
There is no chance.
Not
So
happening.
that's my heater.
Yeah,
Is this really what it's come to? Is now we're going to spend
Although I think
know.
before this,
$250,000 plus.
it wouldn't have mattered
crazy.
though. Before that, it wouldn't have mattered because we still aren't landing in Arch Manning at Fresno State.
No, and that's not what I'm saying.
Whether the money
but
was spent on him or not, a player like that. I mean,
But would we land a Devontae Adams at this point in this?
that was just
landscape.
good recruiting.
But that's what I'm saying. But
That's Pat Hill.
with the landscape
Does
the way
Carr-
it is now, would we land any of these guys?
Was Carr above Fresno State? He wanted to be a Bulldog though.
Yes.
Could he have gone somewhere else other than Fresno State? I'm sure he could have. I don't know who.
I'm sure both of them could have.
Right. And I'm just saying, Derek Carr wanted to be a Bulldog.
Yeah, he grew up wanting to be a Bulldog,
didn't
and that's what
matter.
he was, and he's one of the best to ever do it.
Yes. So you have some of those outliers, but
Yeah, sure.
yeah, I don't. That's insane. That's insane.
If that's really what this is coming to.
It sounds like a complete waste of resources.
So you got these Power 5 schools spending $250,000 to bring in their recruiting class every year.
for one weekend.
Yeah. So if Texas is doing it, they're in the public, but I guarantee you they all are. So, hey, this week we're going to spend $300,000 on you, Jake, and your 8 buddies. And then next week you get
Where are
to
we
go.
going?
Next
Could
week
you
you get to
imagine?
go over here.
do we have
Yeah.
to go?
But the recruiting process now has got to be
5-6 teams.
unbelievable, though.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, as a college athlete going into that, that's unheard of.
Yeah.
Like, we grew up in an era where there's no way that happens at any school. Not
No.
that kind of money. They're not throwing
No.
around that kind of money.
No, that's impressive. That's a hell of a weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how those other guys decided I'm not going to Texas is beyond me.
Yeah, and you mentioned, and I think it was a good point when we were texting back and forth, was like, is Arch Manning the pull? Like, is he the reason that we're
We're bring
spending $300,000?
these other guys in
Yes.
with him. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And
It worked.
Now, are the other 8 guys that are probably 4 or 5 star recruits, are they shadows? Probably.
Well, I think one of the recruits is a teammate
Of
Arch-
his.
Of his, I read. So
Did he?
he's going to
He
Texas.
committed?
Yeah.
Good,
Coming together.
good. Personally, I'd love to see Texas start
Yeah, I like.
I think
when
they're on their
Texas
way,
is
making
man.
some noise
Yeah.
again.
I think they got a good club. So yeah, again,
I think if yours did not go down, they
and that's what I meant with like SC last week. Like we talked about, it's good for college football. Yeah, I think Texas, SC, like Oregon, These teams, it's good when they're good. It's good for college football. And when you have a 12-team playoff, I can't imagine the money that's going to be pouring into. It's going to be even more so.
Oh, it'll be
Like it's already huge. It's going to be massive.
Totally.
So, and again, I think all those teams being good is just good for that. It'll be good for that. It'll be good for college football. I was telling people after we got back from SC, and we talked about it a little bit, like, it's no wonder the Big Ten wanted. I'd never been there.
Yeah.
You know, I've never seen that. I've been to Cal, Stanford rivalry. It wasn't that. That production, that environment, the size of that place, it all made sense at that point. I was
The cost of the beer.
Yeah.
That's my heater.
You know,
Holy
and
smokes.
all the people doing this that I wanted to punch in the back of the head.
We had two in
You
front
know
of
what?
us.
We
that
were
kept
going to
doing
fight
it.
on.
Yeah.
Because
one was bleeding.
Yeah, one was bleeding.
Yeah.
What's going
He
on
had
there?
zits all over his face, and he was picking them, is what it was.
The beer was $15 and $17 for a tall boy.
Yeah,
I could get like 6.
right. You got 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to share the tab, but yeah.
No, we had a great time.
We did.
We're gonna do some other road trips, I think.
And go Dogs.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
in
go
our
Dogs.
RV to Williamsport.
Got a
Let's-
week
Let's
off.
beat UConn.
Yeah,
Let's
got a
beat
week
Boise
off.
State.
Get some health. Get healthy. Try to get healthy. You know, I was hearing people talk about like Hainer being ready possibly, or do we try to rush it? And I'm like, I don't think you rush him back for UConn. I think you game plan for Fife.
Yeah.
If you can get him an extra week. I mean, not that UConn can't beat you, but they haven't looked very good.
No, let's have him against Boise.
Yeah.
Okay?
And let's
Let's
that's
get
what
him in
I'm saying.
conference
Yeah,
play.
because those
Let's win our
high
conference.
the high ankle sprain that can be nagging all
yeah,
year
it's
long.
nasty.
Yeah,
It's a rough one.
So give him another week.
And Boise might even be pushing it. But
Yeah, probably.
so
But
we'll see.
He's a tough kid,
Well,
man.
is,
he's
man.
playing for something, right? He wants to move on after
Sure,
this.
he's a
So,
tough kid.
Yeah, no, he is tough for sure. I would rather him, sit and Fife played well, man. He moved the ball, they ran the ball, they looked good. Give him his opportunity, and it looks good next year too. I think a lot of people may be breathing a little sigh of relief knowing that not all's lost coming back next year. You got a guy that can handle the offense.
Yeah.
Boys, it's that time.
Are we leaving?
We've got players first. Players first. Burns, I think the comeback, if there's to be a comeback, needs to start tonight.
The thing is, Jake, I don't need your sass tonight.
I'm encouraging you.
I know,
and
but you're doing it condescendingly.
that's what I
was
do.
never condescending
more
to
passive
you.
aggressive than
No, it's condescending.
that too. All right.
And
the
I was
player
never
Forgive me,
that.
Burns.
I was never that to you during your
Forgive me.
battle with our friend Jeffrey
I
for baseball.
wasn't trying. I'm encouraging you. I'm saying if
Thank you, Jake.
It's also truth. You're down like 6-0. So I think the comeback we're doing
Whoa! I have one win.
6-1.
5-1 or 6-1.
6-1.
Let's get it 6-2 tonight, Burns. I got you.
Jake,
All right. 7's my
I don't
lucky
know
number.
I don't know the players beforehand.
Well, this one's going to be a
Neither
little
do I.
more challenging. Okay, you want football or baseball?
Carlton
first?
Fisk? No.
What
We're
do you-
not doing that. No, don't go that far. It's got to be our era.
What do you want first?
I don't
Either
care.
or.
I
Burns
don't
gets to
care.
pick. He's the loser.
It doesn't. Whoa! Just pick.
Baseball. Here we go. This player played for 6 MLB teams. Jim Edmonds. 6 Major League Baseball teams. Outfielder Jimmy Edmonds made a fantastic catch. One of the best catches.
Jim Edmonds. I thought I was going Tommy. Glad you said something there.
Jim.
See, look,
No, he mentioned it again.
suspect.
Jim Edmonds.
Sus.
6
You said
teams.
6?
6 teams. Jeffrey. He does have one of the greatest catches in Major League history. I think, anyway. Let me know when we've got 6, gents.
All right, I'm done.
I'm done.
We got 6. Jim Edmonds, ladies and gentlemen, played for the St. Louis Cardinals,
Yes.
the Anaheim Angels,
Yes.
the San Diego Padres,
Yes.
the Cincinnati Reds,
No.
the Chicago Cubs,
No.
and the Milwaukee Brewers.
I got 3.
One. I got 2.
All right, that's 1-0.
Yeah, I hate you guys.
If you can
I hate
get a
you.
tie here.
This NFL player, running back, played for 5 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. LeGarrette Blount.
I don't even know one team he played for.
It's not Burnsy's forte.
Like LeGarrette Blount? What random hole did you pull?
Do you know
him
what
out of?
college he went to?
Yeah, he went to Oregon.
He did. go
That's
to
who I'm
Oregon.
up against.
I know.
That's who I'm up
Well,
against.
Burns, listen.
It's like, why does this
Pick a
stuff
different
get,
player.
Why does it get trapped in your
Just
head?
pick a different player.
No, it's fine. Look, he's like,
just
I got
5,
the Patriots already.
5 teams.
yeah.
No,
thank you.
we already said one, so pick another one.
Oh, Jesus
Doesn't
Christ.
count.
Who were they? Buccaneers, Patriots?
He played for the New England Patriots, the Buccaneers, Detroit Lions,
I would have put that.
No, you wouldn't have.
Philadelphia, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put any of those. Okay. Well, Buccaneers.
So
and
you
Patriots.
now you have a chance.
Thank you, Jeffrey. If I don't win here,
I just had the first 2, just so you know. Like, there you go. I only went to 2.
Jake, you got to start sharing these with me as well.
I don't give them to Jeff. Here we go. Quarterback.
does.
This is when we were younger. He is a Hall of Famer. Quarterback, 4 teams. Warren Moon. Warren Moon. Quarterback. 9-time Pro Bowler. Hall of Famer. A Walter Payton Award winner. Famously wore number 1. Warren Moon. 4
All right.
NFL teams.
All right, I guess
Jeff.
2 of these.
So did I.
Okay. The Houston Oilers, we'll call them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they are here.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
Oh, I knew that. I did. Dang it. I didn't put it, though.
And the Seattle Seahawks.
I didn't get that. I got 2.
I got 2.
You win.
Yeah.
It's over.
7-1.
It's my lucky number.
Burnsy, you can still come back, Burns. I believe in you.
How many more weeks?
Hey,
We
Yeah.
can tell.
lucky.
Like, I'm going to have to spend every waking moment looking up players and just know everybody.
Good luck. I don't have to look up any.
Do you want to go back to like high
mean,
school? I'll
but
give you guys.
why?
Go back to high school. I'll give you 3 players, each football, baseball. You study them, and then I'll pick one of those.
Why don't you two do this game? Up yours. I'll be the curator.
lucky number 11?
Yeah, Jeff, good job. You're fantastic at this. Why?
You guys watching Cobra Kai?
Not
No.
yet. No,
For you Karate Kid fans out there,
I'm not.
not yet.
you haven't watched season 5?
No,
Oh, dude,
I haven't watched season 1.
you need to watch it.
I will.
You haven't watched season 1?
Mm-mm.
And you want to jump on me for not
Oh,
watching
please.
shows?
That's one show. House of
Were
the
you
Dragon.
not a Karate Kid fan?
Not really. No.
Did you grow up in the 80s, dude?
Well, I think so. I think
And
I'm the
and
oldest
don't
one of
like
all of us.
Karate Kid.
I mean, it was serviceable. It wasn't that
It's
great.
not serviceable, dude. Daniel-san was like,
Yeah, during the time, but there was also a movie called Rad about BMX stuff. Yeah,
that was rad too.
It was super rad, but it's not like
Yeah.
an all-time great.
Whoa.
Dude, Lori Loughlin
Wasn't
and Rad.
Rad?
Whoa.
What? No.
Aunt Becky?
Wasn't
Time out.
That's Aunt Becky.
Are you about to lose your seat?
Over Cobra Kai?
No, over Rad.
over Karate Kid?
No, Rad.
You didn't like that movie?
No, it is a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
just question its greatness right now?
I'm just saying if they did a redo of that, I don't know
You
how many
couldn't
people
do
would
all
be
the tricks he
excited.
did at the dance.
I couldn't
There's
do
no
any
way.
of it.
Crew Jones is like one of my heroes.
Rad was a great movie. It was better than Karate Kid.
I'm
No.
gonna go home and watch it. I have it on DVD.
No, you know what?
And
The
I'm
dude?
gonna
fact
watch
that
it.
you still have a DVD player.
I have a PlayStation, Burns.
Oh, I don't. Well, I
The
think my
fact that
kids
you
do.
don't
I know what it is. The fact that I don't have what?
A PlayStation is more of a problem than me having a DVD player.
Why? Do you play video games?
Not anymore.
Me
I
neither.
haven't played it in a while, but I have one.
Well, I have Xbox, whatever.
No.
I have,
Hang on. Let's get back to this Karate Kid, dude. You grew up in the 80s.
That
And you
doesn't
said
mean that I
Karate
love
Kid
it.
was serviceable?
Yeah. So was Top Gun at the time.
Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, it was awesome.
And Top Gun was serviceable?
I wasn't
Burns.
that into it at the time. I like it now. What's the problem with that?
Do you not like the Goonies either, dude?
The Goonies is the best movie ever made.
Okay.
No, it's
Ever.
not. It's
Yeah,
not.
it is.
It's not.
Shut up, Jake.
It's not.
Jake,
It's not.
just shut up.
It's not.
Why? What's not?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that these classics that you're
Yeah,
saying
Goonies
are not
is a
good.
classic. Wasn't that in the late 70s or was that in the 80s that it came out? 84, we'll say. Look it
Probably.
up. But it's not one of the greatest movies. I changed
no.
my verbiage.
You
One
said
of the
the
greatest.
best
I
movie
know.
ever made.
It's not one of the greatest though.
It is a great movie.
What isn't?
Goonies.
It's not the greatest movie ever made.
No, but it's a top 10
I
movie,
made a
dude.
mistake, Jacob, and got a little ahead of myself. Why are you?
You know what? Do me a favor.
He's
don't
really
dude,
down
don't,
on me.
Don't watch Cobra Kai. If
I'm
you
not.
can't appreciate
You look
Karate Kid,
you look disgusting.
I am
Yeah.
because
I'm not going to. Don't
yeah,
worry.
Don't
I won't.
because
I'm
well,
not. I'm not.
I've already. I am.
You already beat that horse.
Yeah.
How's you?
Yeah. How's it?
Yeah, I'm not watching it. It's not gonna happen. I tried. I tried with the American football thing.
All American?
Yeah, no,
No,
it wasn't for me.
not a Spence guy, huh?
Yeah, I tried.
Billy Baker.
I like House of the Dragon. Anybody?
Don't know what that is.
Of course you don't. Game of Thrones spinoff.
Never seen it.
Jake, go to sleep in the corner. We'll talk about the adult shows now.
I mean, you talk about fake stuff. It's not.
What do you mean fake stuff?
Yeah, we're going nowhere with it.
Hey, everybody.
Going nowhere.
This is episode 31.
Buy a hat.
Buy a hat.
Hit up Jeff.
Julie Blackstone.
Thank you.
It's not her last name anymore, but that's what we know you as. We
Yes.
have your hat. We're sorry. We'll get it to you, I promise.
Hit up
I'm
Jeff.
wearing
And
it
for
tonight.
the rest of you,
Hit up Jeff.
no, she got a black one.
Or hit up the
I'll wear it
Watch Your Lips.
next episode.
Hit up the Watch Your Lips Instagram page.
And follow us at @watcher_lips on Twitter and Instagram. Watch Your Lips on TikTok. And Jake,
What's up?
if you're watching, no, if you're listening, this video will be up on YouTube. Go and subscribe.
And if you're watching,
Click subscribe.
subscribe.
Good night, everybody.
Watch your lips.